Hello everyone and welcome back, or if you're new to our channel, welcome. So today I'm going to have a little chat about running. Now I used to run about 3 to 4 times a week and then I fell pregnant. So I am talking about my plan to get back into running postpartum and postpartum, but basically what I want to focus on and my goals, expectations, plan, all of that. So a little bit of background. Before I fell pregnant, I would say we started running probably seriously in the end of 2023, I want to say. So I had run on and off. I was not a serious runner at all. I could hardly run 2Ks without stopping. We decided to join up for a half marathon with no training whatsoever. So from that point onwards, I started training to run a half marathon. I won't go into too much detail on that. We do have another video on that where I talk about my running journey, running from no training at all to 21Ks. So I'll link that down below if you want to check that out. But pretty much that is probably when my running journey started seriously anyway, was the end of 2023. And then I did the half marathon in July 2024. I had quite a bit of a break from running. I lost a lot of my fitness, so I wanted to restart the Couch to 5K program. And then in the May of 2025 I fell pregnant, so pretty much from then on I stopped running completely. There are a lot of research and things out there that you can look into that say you can still run while you're pregnant, but just for me personally, because of the weather and just in general how I was feeling, especially in the first trimester, I was feeling quite sick and nauseous. I just didn't want to continue running, so I thought I'm just going to put a pin in it. I'm going to continue walking, doing Pilates, but for now running was going to be placed on hold until after I had the baby. So pretty much after the baby is born, including the time that I haven't run for, it'll definitely be over 9 months, because obviously pregnancy in general is 9 months, and then I'm going to have to consider the time for my body to recover after birth, and then it probably might even end up being 11 or so months off running. So I'm very, very curious to see what it's going to be like, because even after the half marathon finished, just having a few months off, my fitness was completely gone. So no doubt I will be starting back from the very beginning because I'll be very unfit, but I'm so excited to get back into it. So there are a few reasons why I want to get back into running, and I think running is one of the things that I've stuck with the most. Over time I have tried a lot of fitness challenges, workouts, gyms, Pilates, everything like that, but running is the one thing that I've found I've stuck with the most and I've enjoyed it the most. Haven't necessarily enjoyed it in the moment while running, but afterwards it just gives you this such a euphoric, is that how you say that word? It just gives you such a good feeling. So don't necessarily enjoy running during it when I'm suffering and sweating and hot, but afterwards it's just so good. It's really good for my mental health. I can prove to myself that I can do something challenging. Going back to when I was running before, when you unlock, sounds like I can't even, I just want to make a disclaimer. I hope some of what I'm saying makes sense, because I'm very heavily pregnant at the moment and sometimes my brain just gets a bit scattered. Anyway, what I was trying to say is when you reach a new distance that you've never done before, you sort of have doubt in your mind. Well, I definitely do. I even remember back sometimes we've seen the video that we put up when I did my first ever 8K, and that felt like such a huge achievement, and at the time for me it was, and it was just crazy to see like how far I had come. When you see when you start from and where you can get to with running, and when you push yourself, and it's just such a good feeling to just prove to yourself that you can do something so challenging, especially when you have doubt. I'm out of breath. But I want my goal for this next year and my postpartum, I need to figure out how exactly you're supposed to say that word, experience to be in terms of running. I don't necessarily want it to be about bouncing back or getting back into shape or where I was. I more want to focus on improving my health and fitness, just in general, whether that's mental, physical fitness, not necessarily about a certain pace or distance. I'm not putting the pressure on myself for those types of things. If that makes sense, it's not necessarily about bouncing back, but I really want to just slowly work on improving my health and fitness and getting back to where I was. So I'm not exactly sure yet what my plan is going to be in terms of running, in terms of actual, distances, days, intervals, training programs, etc., and when I'm going to start, because it honestly all depends on how my birth goes, how my recovery goes, and I'm going to be talking with my doctors, making sure everything's fine and healed and I've recovered well before I actually start getting back into running properly, because the last thing I want to do is jump the gun and when I'm not properly recovered and do more damage than good. So I think what we'll do after the baby's born is just slowly start with walking. Gosh. I haven't been doing much walking towards the end of my pregnancy. Intentional walking, I would say, because I have been walking, I haven't just been laying on the couch, but in terms of intentional walking, I would like to start doing more of that. So I think we'll start off with that first, increasing pace and distance slowly so my body can just get used to increasing physical activity, I suppose, in that sense, because I'm not just going to jump straight into running. That would just be torture. And yes, so that would be my plan to begin with, is eventually when I am healed and recovered enough, we're going to start by doing short, slow walks and increase speed, distance, time. So obviously when I can run again, we'll be starting back from the very beginning. So we'll be doing some sort of couch to 5K program, some sort of beginner program. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same as the one I've done in the past. If you haven't seen that video or that series, you can definitely go check it out. So I've already done a couch to 5K program where we've outlined and done diary entries for each week. So I'll have to check if we're going to be doing that exact same program. I'm not too sure yet. It honestly all depends on how things are going. It might change slightly, but it'll be some sort of beginner runner program because I will be starting back from the very beginning. And obviously as time goes on, we'll just have to adapt and change and see how things go, because I don't know how my body's going to respond. We'll obviously have time constraints because we're going to have a baby, and the thing is that Michael and I usually, well, not usually, we always run together, and you can't take a newborn baby or babies, I think, under 6 months into those running prams. So obviously we'll have constraints in terms of having a baby, in terms of when we can run, how long we can run for. So it's really going to be a trial and error experience. I also don't know how my body's going to respond. Obviously, I will be comparing myself and my experience to my body post or pre-birth, pre-pregnancy. Anyway, my body will have changed a tremendous amount from before having a baby to after. So postpartum, it'll be interesting to see how my body is operating in terms of exercises, whether it's running smoothly or whether there might be any hiccups that come up in terms of joint pain or things that I've had in the past. Yeah, so it's just going to be a whole heap of trial and error, honestly, just in terms of time and how my body is recovering and adapting to exercising again. So my expectations and mindset going into this next phase of running is I really want to let go of all past expectations. I don't want to be comparing myself to any like past results or paces or distances. I just need to be mindful to be really kind to myself, but being okay with walking or stopping or changing a program if I need to, not comparing myself to other people or my past results, like I said. But yeah, I guess just being kinder this time. There were times in the past where we had run and I just, if I didn't make a distance or make an interval or, you know, get a great time, I could sometimes be really hard on myself. But I really want to not do that in this next phase because sorry guys, I have really bad indigestion. What was I saying? Yeah, so I really want to be kind to myself, and it's more about focusing on just getting moving again, feeling good, enjoying my movements instead of achieving distance and speed and time. I just want to get back into the rhythm of exercising, moving my body again, running again, and enjoying it, because really that's what I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it to win a crazy race at this stage anyway. I'm just wanting to enjoy running and moving my body again, which I'm really excited for. My goal for next year, so my goal for running for these next maybe 12 months, I don't know how long I'm going to put a time frame on it. I would like to ideally get back to where I was previously eventually. Don't know how long that's going to take. I would like to be able to run 21 kilometers without stopping. So that is obviously going to take a lot of time, a lot of months, because I have done this before, so I know the amount of time and the amount of programs and time and effort it took, and that was before I had a baby. So this will be post baby. We'll have other commitments, other priorities, but ideally I would love to get back to where I was before, if not better, which is running 21 kilometers. So we'll see how long that takes to achieve and what type of programs and training and stuff we can do. But this time, when I had done it previously, honestly, I didn't take it very seriously at all in terms of nutrition, in terms of recovery, running. There were days where we would skip because on purpose, or we would have commitments, we would skip runs. And so we couldn't space them out, and we ended up running like 3 days in a row, and it was really bad for my body. But this next stage, I really want to focus on proper nutrition, proper recovery, and running to my full potential, obviously within what we can do. I hope that makes sense. Now, if anyone out there is postpartum looking to get into fitness or running, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your story, what you guys are planning on doing, or what you are currently doing. And if you're just in general getting back into running, let me know as well, because it would just be great to hear where other people are at. Sorry guys, this heartburn is crazy. But yes, let me know in the comments below if you guys are new to running or you're an experienced runner. I love just getting to know everyone and where they're at, and I'm super excited to share my journey. So when I do get back into running, we'll be doing similar journal diary style videos where I'm going to be documenting everything that I'm doing, all my progress, which I'm so excited for because I really enjoyed doing the running series. I really enjoyed doing the running series last time, so I'm so excited to get back into it again. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely like, subscribe to stay up to date, and I will see you in my next running video. Bye.